So to start a watch list, if you see these in the right-hand corner, and this can be done anywhere on the site, you'll see these, well, two things that are great on this free service. Once we have a fact sheet. So on most of the places you see stock symbols, you'll be able to get this fact sheet. You can open that up on the page you're on. And as far as I know, no one else does this on the web, but this is all available to everyone. You don't have to be a premium user. It's the about, the charts, the history. It's all at your fingertips. You don't have to leave this page or whatever one of the thousands of pages you're on the site. But for the watch list, you see this check here indicates that I already have it added to my watch list. If I want to add something to a watch list that I've created, by the way, a watch list is free to create. You just have to give us an email and register. So you get a password to get into your watch list. But you would hit the plus here, and that would populate a screen, and you would add it to where I like to play earnings. So I'm just going to add Facebook to my earnings place and add it. That way you'll see as we go through and navigate through the site, there are a lot of spots where you can pull down your watch list and filter by your watch list, which for traders.
So that's the key point for everybody to understand is once you're adding these stocks onto your watch list, you can then use Market Chameleon's proprietary filters to actually filter whole watch lists. So why don't you show us how that's done, Will?
Well, you just go to your, best way to do that is as we migrate through, I'll show that. There'll be plenty of spots to filter by watch lists. But I mean, we can go to earnings. The next great feature is, and I'm trying to walk from when you first start, I don't know how many new people have never been to the site or on the site very seldom or just starting. But if you go to the earnings, anything with the features up top, can everyone see that? I'm sharing. Anything with the features, that is available to everyone in the marketplace. And then to the right are these great premium features that we've built on top that we've actually used and built over 25 years of trading to screen and look for potential data points that interest us and opportunities that may exist. So one of the things I use all the time is the earnings calendar. So it's a free feature. You click on it and there are your earnings. So this is the first place you can see there, Adam, is in my watch list. So I can actually filter by my watch list. Earnings plays, cool trades, it pops up and populates.
Right. Now, obviously, guys, just so you know, this is not Will's professional account. This is just so Will, when he's really trading, he's got a whole bunch of those watch lists. So this is just to show you
I have almost 60 watch lists that I'm constantly migrating around. Well, we've moved from watch list, but again, a watch list can be added. If you see, this is the earnings calendar, which is again acquired, scrolling up top, the different tabs, and it's a free, all the features are on MarketChameleon.com's site that's available to everyone. So if you're just getting started for the first time, you can use this product. And in my opinion, and obviously I'm a little biased, but a wee bit biased. I believe it's the best earnings calendar in the marketplace. We worked extremely hard.
We'll be the judge of that, brother. We'll be the judge of that. All right. So we're looking at today's earnings. There are 385 coming out today.
So again, for any of the new people who just joined on, if you want to add something on here to your watch list, I'll just go to the top of the list, BDX. You click on the plus, and these pluses are near stock symbols throughout the site. Whether you're on the summary page, screen, it's available in almost everywhere. So if you don't see it anywhere you want, email. What's the email, Adam? Do you remember? Support at MarketChameleon.com. And we will be sure to add this feature in a place you don't see it. But anyways, you click on that plus, you get a little window, and there it is. You add it to earnings place. I'm not going to add this. Well, why not? We'll add it. So it's added to earnings place. Another place to go to your watch list, if you go to the upper right-hand corner, that's where you log out. That's where you would acquire your watch list. So there are lots of places that you can start adding watch lists. So we're on the earnings calendar. Again, great site. And you see we're in the midst of earnings season. So you're going to get a lot more potential trading events every day, and it's really, as I was going through it this morning, there are so many. It is hard to find. Looking at them, looking at what time the press release is, the previous move versus expected moves. I like to look at those two items to see just right away, is there something that I may want to do? But there are just so many. So the next thing I would go to, which is towards a premium feature, is the upcoming earnings analysis. And this earnings analysis is one of the great tools. And so you go back to earnings for premium users.
The wager, the poll of the day is how many times Will's going to say "great" today, buddy. Let's run that poll. It's great, dude. It's a great day today, man. It is great.
I do happen to like that word. I guarantee you. I guarantee I won't use it again today. That. All right, so you go to upcoming earn analysis. We'll click on that.
Yep.
And this is a product that's constantly improving. And one of the great recent improvements is it immediately pops up. And I'll ask you this as a newbie option trader. What's this mean to you, Adam, when you look at this?
Overvalued?
Yes.
I would say it's higher than it was the previous four quarters, right?
Yep. It's exactly. It's something that if you had the ability, you would probably look to sell. Problem with selling from that disclaimer, you can lose more than 100% of your money. You
Sure.
sell something, it can go to infinity potentially. So you always have to be careful. You have to be careful with everything you do in options. You're definitely going to have opportunities to lose money at times.
Sure.
So be careful. And then next to that is these are undervalued implied vols. So these are vols that you would look at an opportunity to purchase either through a spread or an outright call or put. And there are lots of unique opportunities here. The only thing I filtered from is average option volume, but you can increase that to over 5,000. The more option volume, the better the chance of tighter markets and getting your trade off. Another real nice feature on this page is the previous 2 weeks. It gives you a snapshot of what happened with the items that were populated, overvalued and undervalued going into the earnings. What were the results after? Always interesting to look at.
Is this making sense to everybody down there? Why don't you guys hit in the chat? Is this making sense to you guys down there? Are you guys getting this? Are we over anybody's head here? Or you guys are all understanding this? Hit me with a yes or a no in the chat. All right. Everybody's getting this. Yep.
Another nice feature, Adam, just as I look at it, is any place on the site you see the eye, there are descriptions of exactly what the report is telling you, which are nice. They're nice features. See, I didn't use the G word right there. And also, you can always go to that if you look up top to help, and they're great tutorials, glossaries, financial concepts, options basics. It's a great resource for everyone to kind of learn about the options space. And
let me cut you for a second there. We got Mario asked a question in the actual chat section. So I'll just ask it, but Mario, next time, just put it in the tab section. But he's asking, this is kind of a good question, goes along with this. Is there an option to see liquidity in the options to make sure things are tradable?
Yeah, they're spaces. Well, let's click on one and we'll walk through how we would do that. So if you go on this, semantic is a big name. That pops up in the tech space. It's a security product. It's basically saying the implied moves is 7.6%, which is, and this is a real nice feature. This is showing that it's 3.5% less than the previous 4-move average, which was 11%, 11.1%. So let's click on that, and we'll go to semantic, and there are a couple ways to identify if you know, kind of how liquid the product is. One's by option, just looking at the option volume. You can go look at the option chain right here.
Mhm.
Everyone see that? It
Yep.
was in the left-hand corner. We refer to this as the summary page, but all the information is down the left-hand side of the page. And you can go through and look and start to see these are closing prices. Sometimes the market's widening out at the close. So you'll want to look at your market on this nice option chain feature. And this is available to everyone. But this, and we're still beta testing this. This is the Pro, but allows you, if you look up top, it allows you to click through the different option expiration periods and go to different months and see what's available. And you can see the bid. You see that, Adam?
Yep.
And the ask. The left side is the calls. The right side is the puts. The bid is, if we go down here to the, well, let's go to the at the money. Do you know how you'd find the at the money?
Look
Uncle
at the blue bar on the, or the green bar on the left.
If you look down the middle, it
split
says
price,
spot
right?
price.
Spot
Yeah,
price,
I mean, this is a feature that came to us through a lot of conversation with users, and we're constantly trying to improve the site, as I've spoke about. And so we added different resistant points where it opened. This was yesterday's open. The market hasn't opened yet. The high yesterday, the low yesterday, the previous close, where the stock's trading at the time. And then on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, you see different indicators, the most active call, the highest call option. So you can kind of this, you know, again, it's just more data to let you find opportunities, look for trades. It's all there. So that's one way. Another way is you can look. Did you see what I just did? I went from option chain down the left-hand side. You can look at the trades. You can see what traded, and you can actually see where the bid price was, where the ask price was. See that?
Yeah, man. Got it.
All right. These are all ways to and up top you can do summaries. I mean, this is a great way to see it. Actually, it's you know, there's so many features. It's hard to remember everything at times, but this shows you actually the edge you're giving up to get into the market. This is the edge that the traders are actually getting. You know, it's not a lot of edge. So this is a very thick product.
Right.
You see that? That's,
Yep.
you know. All right, has that answered the question?
Let's go back. Let me. Yeah. I think that's good. I just want to make sure we're hitting all the points. Get to the upcoming analysis and go through the alerts and the.
Can I go back to the upcoming analysis? I didn't. Finish. That was from the upcoming analysis. Let's just go back to something in the SPY, which is another nice feature. If I did this drop down up top allows you to search stocks by sectors, Dow, SPY, NASDAQ 100. The FANGs have been getting killed. So if you wanted to do a search in that, it pops up right away. And most of our screeners, this drop down exists, and it's a great screen. But anyways, we'll go back to semantic. I'll click on it. And you were asking about alerts. If you look up in the right-hand corner, on all these summary, we're back to a summary page. All these summary pages, they're alerts. And this is a semantic alert, and it's saying an earnings stock pattern's been detected. So you can click on that.
Yep.
And basically, up on it's telling us semantic stock price pattern around earnings. Again, it gives a description of it if you hover over the I button, but it's showing that during earnings there's a gap. So after earnings are announced, there's a gap. 9 out of the last 12 earnings periods, there's been a negative gap of 4.5%, which is a pretty significant gap. But you can click show in table, and it will show you the data, and you can see the different gaps. One time it gapped over 30%. So it's something now. If I go back to the analysis, remember Semantic was showing that it's it's undervalued.
Yep.
So I would then go and start to formulate, am I going to look at a put spread? Am I going to look at maybe some outright options to buy some puts? There are lots of interesting things to start to derive as you go through it. And this is the first step, is looking here. Actually, you can do another great feature on this upcoming earnings analysis is the full report.
Yep.
And I think I may have a saved screen in here, no saved filters, but you can do it by, so many different drop downs. It's really, really incredible.
So
Let's
I know
go
you
option.
like to filter up there by like market cap. Is a nice way to kind of screen out some
over. Yeah, let's go large cap over 10 billion. Gives you a lot of interesting names. Cisco, AMAT, NVIDIA, Disney. It's giving you, showing you a lot of products to start, taking a look at. And you can look, this earnings straddle. It shows you a strategy analysis. You can click on that and it goes right to the product and goes to the strategy analysis. Again, this would be something that if you were clicking through and looking at AIG, it would have been, shown up in alerts, the same type of thing. It's telling us selling out of the money calls. You've won 30% return, 11 of the last 12 earnings cycles, 92%. Be aware though, this is selling options.
Yeah,
so
let's make sure everybody knows that this page defaults to selling options. There's a toggle button kind of in the center of the screen. Why don't you show them that, Will, where they can, and we know most of you don't have the option. So you can go ahead and toggle that. Go ahead, toggle that, Will.
Yeah, there you go. So you can see here we have 6 out of 12 buying out of the money puts has yielded 113%. You can show it in the table, and it will show, one time it was 300% gainer, another time, wow, would you take that return occasionally? That's incredible. But let me go back to Semantic. I haven't shown this yet, but at any point, if you want to get to a particular symbol, you go to the upper right-hand corner and it's the search, SYMC.
But better yet, guys, don't even type it. Along the top bar there, if you look, when you start searching or looking at different stocks, they show up on your list along the top of the screen right there. So the Chameleon saves them for you along the top.
You're such a chameleon wannabe. It's incredible. Look at you. So right. This is another nice feature. Very nice feature.
If anybody doesn't understand, Will loves features, dude. He's all about features.
You can click. We'll go back to the AIG. It's right there. Go back to the Semantic. It's right there. So with the Semantic, we were on it before the alerts. There was, remember, the earnings stock pattern detected. It had a drift, and I would call it more than a drift. I would call it a whack in the face. The last 4 earnings, it was down 4% on average. I would go to the earnings option strategies were next detected. Again, this, you be real careful with this. I mean, this jumps out at you 12 of 12 quarters. That 13th quarter could take your face right off, and
that's right.
Go to the moon. So be very careful. If you're looking to sell and collect premium, try to do it in a spread. Be very careful with that. But let's go to the buying, toggle to the buying.
That's a great tip. Does everybody, what Will just gave down there, does everybody understand what he just talked about right there? Because that is kind of critical. Yeah, good. Frederick's got it. Simon, you got that one? You look at it and you say, how could you lose? Andres, yes. Okay, so they're getting it.
All right.
It's one of those, you lose you lose your house on that one. So don't bet the farm on that sort of product. You got to be careful.
No, you talk about betting. No one should ever bet the farm. Every trade should be trade small, trade often, develop a strategy. You're going to lose. So trade small, trade often, and build your winners and build your strategy. So anyways, we toggled to buying options. The semantic based on the earnings stock pattern that was detected, I would be looking at maybe the puts. I know this winning a currency isn't so great, but the buying, when its return, even though it's only won 4% of the time, its return has been outsized. You want to look at the table again, showing what's occurred. It's just something to think about, whether you do it in a put spread or straight options. That's up to you, or straight puts. But that's something I would look at for this stock. The last thing I would go to today that would maybe pull something up is the earnings option screener. So go back up to earnings. Again, a nice premium feature, or nicer than nice. And you click on it.
You're killing me, man. You're making me laugh, man. I love features, dude, and I love the way you're just saying you're all about the features. This is the feature special show today, man. Love these features.
You can't come to the Chameleon and not notice the features,
dude. I mean, you wonder why we have great features on the Chameleon. I think you guys know why the features are great, and he's talking right now. All right, so walk us through this one.
Well, actually, it's the staff in the home office that are creating the features.
You just enjoy. Are you telling me you don't make the donuts? You just enjoy the donuts? Is that what you're saying?
I'm a fat man who's enjoyed eating the donuts. The work that goes in to create these, and listen, our team has been creating them for 25 years now, and what used to cost us tens of thousands of dollars a month in data feeds and everything, we're now able to put out to the public and amazingly show these same things, which is great. But anyways, let's not bore the Chameleons who are still on. What do we have? One person still on because we're talking so much?
No, man, it's good. We're good, dude.
I apologize about that. So anyways, let's go to a saved filter, earnings trade opportunities. You click on that, and it populates. This is something that my partner Dimitri and I like to use. We like to look for 2 weeks before opportunities, 2 weeks before earnings that we close out the day before. I'm going to change this. I was playing around. Let's go with all the observations possible. More data. We can look at it's a trust factor. Let's look at a win rate above 70%, average return 10%, median return 10%, and it gives us a chunk of opportunities. Some big
I think
ones,
actually
Amazon.
one point there, I think it's important everybody recognize the median return drop down and take advantage of that.
Yes, it's going to clean the results for sure. And Google, FSLR. I mean, these are all nice names. One of the real nice things is if you look in the right hand side, the next earnings info, it will give you upcoming trades. Days to open this trade, 6 days to take it off. So you can again set your watch list up, trades. You can make notes in your. It gives you so many. The functionality is so nice to actually find opportunities and do your due diligence and your research. I mean, you can click off this. Let's just see what's out there. So we're looking at any of the options. And one thing I didn't mention, it defaults to 25 delta calls. So that trade is actually buying a 25 delta call or selling. And then you can go to at the money straddles, 25 delta puts. So this is any of the trades. I'll just see if there's something, we looked at Symantec, just see if there's anything there. You can search. And there were no items
seeing
found.
that? You guys seeing where he's typing in the symbol, right? So it's on the right hand side. Yeah, they're getting that. So
all right. Yep. So and you can search. There is a straddle. You do it 2 days before. So these are things, I was looking at Symantec, and so it's saying the at the money call 2 days before it's given some options. Next date to open. Let's go back to everything. You can organize by next days to open. You see how I'm doing this? I'm clicking on it. So these are trades coming up that you want to start building a watch list around opportunities.
Yep.
There you go.
So everybody, just so in case you missed that, because that did kind of go quick, along the top bar, the text in black there, those you can sort. It's just like an Excel sheet kind of thing where you click those and it'll sort them. Next date to next open date, next close date, so on and so forth.